Hi beautiful souls, welcome to my channel Elle's Temple. My name is Elle, I'm a goddess guide and intuitive tarot reader, and today I am so excited to be bringing you a reading all about rituals for inviting abundance. Now this reading is brought to you with the beautiful goddess Lakshmi, who is the Hindu goddess of wealth and prosperity and fortune and abundance and all that good stuff. So if you are wanting to manifest more abundance, see more abundance in your life, feel a better sense of abundance, this can be to do with material prosperity or financial prosperity and wealth, but it can also just be to do with a general sense of abundance. So if there's anything you're wanting to see more of, anything you're wanting to amplify in your life, it could be a sense of opportunity, it could be a sense of success, it could be inviting in more love, anything at all that you want to amplify and any kind of opportunities you want to create for yourself, Goddess Lakshmi is a wonderful goddess to call on. So without further ado, we've got 4 piles here today. So in case you're new to pick a card readings, we've got a selection card for each of the 4 piles. So whichever card you're drawn to, you can look in the description box below and there'll be a timestamp there for you to click on and it will take you straight to that reading. Now for this particular reading, you may certainly be drawn to more than one pile because there may be a few different rituals for you that might particularly work with your energy at the moment and where you're at. So certainly if you're drawn to more than one, feel free to listen to both of them or however many you feel drawn to, and it may be that you can pick and choose a few different things that you feel called to do. So pile number 1, if you are drawn to the goddess card, card number 14, I'll just check this is in focus for you. Okay, and the statement on this card is, I awaken the flow of goddess energy within me. Okay, so that's card number 1. Pause the video if you need a little bit more time to tune into the energy of each card. If you are drawn to card number 5 with balance, I tip the scales of balance in my favor. You will be pile number 2, and again, the timestamp will be below. Sorry, I'll just get the camera to focus. There we go. Okay, and if you are drawn to card number 15 with gratitude, and the statement is, I pause for a moment of gratitude for the many blessings in my life. Okay, so if you're drawn to this one, you'll be pile number 3. And last but not least, if you're drawn to full moon, card number 13 with I welcome clarity and guidance from the full moon. Let's get the camera to focus there. Okay, my love, so pause the video if you need a little bit more time to choose which pile or piles might be calling you in, and I will see you in your reading. Hi there, pile number 1. If you chose the beautiful goddess card with I awaken the flow of goddess energy within me, this will be your reading on what rituals you can do to invite abundance to you. So straight away, I feel like pile number 1, the energy that you can invite in at the moment is a very receptive feminine energy. So maybe some of you have been operating from a sort of perhaps more masculine energy recently, where you've been kind of doing a lot, or sort of taking a lot of action, doing a lot of things to kind of make things happen in the physical realm, which is fine, and there's nothing wrong with that, and that's great. And certainly we need a good balance of energies. So whatever you've been doing so far is wonderful, but in order to perhaps feel a better sense of abundance or invite that abundance in, it's also important to balance that action taking energy with a receptive energy as well. And that's all about awakening that goddess energy, because goddess is it's that kind of energy, a bit like, for those of you who are familiar with tarot, it's a bit like the Empress card in tarot. The Empress is very, she's just knows her worth. She doesn't need to chase after things. She just attracts, right? She just magnetizes in by virtue of her energy. And it's that very, like delicious, feminine, magnetic energy. And the more you can awaken that flow of energy within you, that flow of feminine energy, the more you can invite abundance in. And I just saw 444 on the clock, and fours in tarot are a lot to do with like setting foundations, or the number 4 in numerology is a lot to do with like setting a foundation. It makes me think of the 4 of wands, you know, where you put those sort of 4 wands, you plant those 4 wands in the ground in order to see something grow. So there's something around creating a foundation within this feminine energy, this receptive energy, where you can be very open and receptive to feeling the flow of abundance, inviting in the flow of abundance, and then magnetizing that in a very sort of feminine and magnetic way. So let's have a look at your other cards to see if there's any more rituals or things that you can do. Okay, so first up we have 8 of Wands. Yes, I feel like the sooner that you can tap into this feminine energy and this sense of receptivity and allowing energy to flow, allowing things to come to you, knowing that you are worthy, knowing that you are, you know, like I said, that Empress energy, like I don't need to chase, I attract. So whatever it is you're trying to chase, whether it's a person, whether it's love, it's money, it's a job, it's opportunities, success, something like that. It's like knowing that you are worth those things. That's a really powerful energy and a really powerful state to be in, to then magnetize things to come to you. And I feel like Goddess Lakshmi is saying the sooner you can awaken that flow energy within you, that goddess energy, that self-worth energy that knows that it's sort of like the energy that can sit in a state of receptivity and magnetize things in, the faster things are going to start to fly towards you. Because 8 of Wands is all about like speed, it's all about movement, it's all about things coming to you. This could also be signifying that doing some movement may be helpful to get into that energy. So possibly doing like dancing or yoga, or you know, getting out in nature is also a really powerful way to kind of get into that receptive energy, that flowing energy. Possibly being near water. For those of you that like swimming, maybe going for a swim or just being near water, connecting with the energy of water, the flow of water will help you step into that kind of sense of like goddess energy, that innate worthiness energy, right? Because it's kind of like the energy I'm getting is that it's knowing that you are worthy of things coming to you, the way that like nature just knows that, you know, plants will bud when they're supposed to, kind of thing. Like just as, you know, winter falls and once winter's finished, then, you know, spring is going to come. You know, nature's not sitting there worried at the end of winter like, oh my gosh, like I'm never gonna, like this is it, this is the end, like there's never going to be a spring, we're just going to have these dead trees forever. No, it's like all these trees here have these little buds on them. So maybe for some of you, you might have been going through a period of like winter previously, because I'm sort of getting this spring energy vibe, that there's this new beginning, these new buds that are starting to like show up for you in different areas possibly of your life. So it could be different facets of abundance that you are trying to invite in. But really connecting with nature will really help you to recognize that sense that, like, just as, you know, the seasons change, just as you know, winter falls and then spring comes, you can have that in your life too. You can have that with the flow of whatever it is you're trying to manifest in for you. So I definitely see that the sooner you can connect in with that state of flow, the sooner you can connect in with that receptive energy, the sooner things are going to start coming to you and just lining up, vroom, 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 and just coming in really fast, I feel like. So next we have, ooh, beautiful, the 9 of Cups card. I love this card. This is from the Modern Goddesses deck, and I love this particular 9 of Cups card because, woo, does this woman not look like a boss bitch babe? I feel like she just has her shizzle sorted out. She is in charge. You know, the way she's sort of sitting here, she is just like, yep, I've got all my cups lined up in a row. You know, 9s are a lot to do with like independence and being self-sufficient and having everything you need. It's the penultimate card just before the 10, which is sort of the end of the cycle in the cups. So 10 of Cups is like having, you know, every single thing, including like, you know, the happy family and all that sort of stuff, if that's what you want. But I feel like in this case, this person is is good by herself. Like she does not need any other person to complete her. She doesn't necessarily need a family to complete her. She is very in charge. She's very like, got her stuff sorted out. She's very emotionally fulfilled within anyway, and very like in control of her own energy. I feel like also with the fruit bowls as well, this is like a, sense of, harvest and abundance. Like even though this is cups, which is related more to emotions than say a pentacles card, which is more to do with the physical realm, this particular card is showing with these fruit bowls here. It's like, fruit is symbolic of like, a sense of plenitude, a sense of like having more than you can need, or having everything you need, having this sort of sweet fruits of harvest sort of thing. So I feel like, the more you can kind of come into that sense of feeling full, feeling emotionally happy in and of yourself, feeling like you are deserving of all good things, feeling like you can harvest abundance in all areas, that will allow these things to flow to you. It's kind of like an inner state. It's feeling really in charge of your life. I also feel like with this particular Nine of Cups, this might be indicating for some of you, if you're thinking of starting a business or going into business, I got this sort of vibe of like this person being, an entrepreneur, or like kind of, sort of working independently. So if that's something that you've been trying to manifest or you're wanting to call in, I feel like this could be your sign. To say like, go after that, step into that, like feel that energy of like, yes, I can be abundant, I can be self-sufficient, I can be work independently, or whatever it might be. I can be, if it's like, you're thinking of being a freelancer or something like that, or you're just thinking of like, just kind of going, maybe starting your own business or going after something yourself, because it's like, very kind of, it's just this woman here, she's got this table, she's got, it's like she's putting food on the table herself. So that might be something that some of you are trying to do at the moment, and it's very much saying that, this is possible for you, this is something that can come to you, this is something that you can allow in. So let's have a look what else we have. We have, woo, yes, exactly. Ace of Wands. We've got a new beginning coming for you. And again, it's kind of like I was saying about spring when I was talking about the buds coming, starting to bud on these wands. And we've got this beautiful wand here with these little blossoms starting to blossom. And then this shiny star behind this wand. So I feel like something that you've started is going to blossom. If you're starting a business, if you're starting, a new job, or you're wanting to call that in, that is something that is available to you. It's something that you can certainly do. You can absolutely manifest this for yourself. There is a new opportunity that's coming to you. The more you can be in this receptive mode, the more you can be in that magnetic mode, the quicker you're going to magnetize this opportunity. And I feel like it's going to come out of the blue as well. With this hand that's coming from the cloud with the aces, they're often like, this is something from, your guides. This is something from the universe. This is something from, unexpected that you maybe have been trying to manifest, but maybe you're not really sure that it's going to come in or when it's going to come in. But out of the blue, the universe is going to like hand this opportunity to you. It's just someone's going to hand you this opportunity to have this new beginning in some facet, and it'll be different for all of you, whatever that is. But whatever you've been trying to manifest, if it's success, if it's a new business, if it's love, if it's some kind of opportunity, if it's just feeling a better sense of abundance generally, if it's manifesting some kind of, like a new home or a new creative project even as well, because wands can be to do with creativity and starting creative projects. So there may be a new opportunity coming in for you to start some kind of creative project. But I feel like it's something that is relating to your independence and relating to you being able to be self-sufficient. So this opportunity that's coming in is going to give you this chance to feel really self-sufficient, really independent, stand on your own 2 feet, put the food on the table, so to speak. Maybe some of you have been like in relationships or something where like you haven't been the main sort of provider or the main breadwinner sort of thing, but I feel like whatever this opportunity is that's going to come in, and these new sort of shoots, these new buds, these new things that are going to start opening up for you, it's going to potentially allow you to be the breadwinner. It's going to allow you to be the one who's like, hey, I put the food on the table for everyone here. Like, I am super abundant. I am sort of this kind of boss babe. However, however you identify, it doesn't just have to be a woman, even though it is a woman pictured here. But yeah, it's just energy. You know, it's like you're going to be the boss. You're going to be the one who's able to like look after yourself, be fully independent, and provide for yourself and whoever else you may need to. So next we have Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like maybe for some of you this opportunity is going to come in, and it's going to mean you might be juggling a couple of different things, because Two of Pentacles can talk about juggling a couple of options. So it may be that this opportunity is like a side hustle or something, or you're starting a creative project on the side of like your day job or something like that, and this is something that's going to, you know, be worth investing in because it's going to bring you that independence, that self-sufficiency that you've perhaps been wanting to magnetize in. But it may be that there's a little period of time where you've got to juggle both, right? Like you've got to sort of still do a little bit of your whatever your regular work is in order to put that food on the table kind of thing. But then like you can also then do this other work that gives you that emotional fulfillment and satisfaction and brings in even more money. And maybe eventually, you know, over time, like one might start earning more than the other, and then you can maybe let one of them go or something like that. But I do feel like maybe for a little period of time, there may be a wee bit of juggling, there may be a wee bit of doing a couple of things at the same time to like manage this opportunity. But I feel like, you know, it seems here she's kind of doing this with aplomb. You know, she doesn't seem to be too stressed. She seems pretty happy. So yeah, it's interesting as well. I'm just noticing autumn leaves on the ground. So this opportunity could be something that starts to bring in some money for you in autumn, possibly. So if you're watching this at the time of upload, this is summer now. So maybe you've already had, you know, you've started something that's in spring perhaps, and it's going to start to manifest some money, some actual income for you, possibly in autumn. That's just for some of you. But I do feel like also with the butterfly here, there's a sense of rebirth here where, you know, this opportunity, this new thing, this side hustle or this creative project or whatever it is going to be something that's going to allow you to really like blossom into this beautiful butterfly and potentially give you sort of wings to fly is what I'm hearing, which sounds a bit like the Red Bull ad. But yeah, it's kind of like that's not a bad analogy in the sense that, like, you know, it is going to give you wings. It is going to give you that freedom, that self-sufficiency, that independence. You know, maybe even with the Eight of Wands, it's like, you know, there's going to be movement. There's going to be like, you're going to be able to travel. You're going to be able to move places. You're going to be able to, like, you know, have that like maybe laptop lifestyle or kind of be like a digital nomad if that's something that you want. That won't be for all of you, but if that's something you're wanting to manifest or trying to manifest, there's a possibility that it'll just give you that bit of freedom. It'll be a sort of rebirth where you're not maybe tied to just one thing. You can, like, you know, balance like a good, you know, these two things could be like balancing work and play kind of thing, like balancing like, you know, sort of work-life balance, like having better sort of time and freedom. Sorry, the camera's not focusing very well today. Having sort of more time to, you know, do things that you enjoy. Maybe some of you enjoy water sports or, you know, going out on the sea or something like that. So I feel like this new opportunity is going to give you the chance to do that. Next we have, oh my goodness, yes, the Emperor, exactly. I feel like eventually this opportunity is going to turn into something that is just going to explode. Opportunities, wealth, success, you know, abundance, all good things. I'm seeing with these, like, I can't remember what these flowers are called, but they look like something from a very exotic country. So maybe some of you are going to be able to travel, you know, wherever you want, because you're going to be like this emperor person, like just totally in charge, totally run your own little empire and whatever it is. You know, with the love heart here, I feel like this is something that you're going to absolutely love doing. And it's just going to see an explosion in everything, like an explosion of wealth, an explosion of success, an explosion of opportunities, an explosion in like your freedom, ability to travel. It's kind of like with that volcano, it's like previously maybe you've had to be kind of like trapped underground, and then with this new opportunity that's coming in, once you're able to kind of really tap into that magnetic energy, it's like poof, suddenly you're just exploding out all over the place. Like your energy is kind of out in the world in a really good way. Like you're just reaching people. You've got that impact if that's what you're looking for, or you've got, you know, clients all over the world or something. Yeah, it's just like you're just sort of everywhere. So if it's something like you've started a channel or something like that, you know, you've stepped into your power. I feel like as well, the Emperor is a lot to do with like owning your power, you know, really stepping into your power, you know, really, yeah, kind of having a strong impact on people. You know, I guess on its shadow side, it can talk about like domination and control, but I definitely don't pick up that vibe at all from this pile. I feel like this is an Emperor in a good sense. It's an Emperor in the energy of like just really owning, owning your power and, you know, being able to direct your energy the way you want, being able to be in charge. It's kind of, you know, similar to this Nine of Cups energy, almost like it's just sort of an upgrade of this, like this sort of boss energy, you know, it's like, yep, I'm in charge. Like, I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I know what I want. I know what I want to manifest, or I know, you know, if you're a business owner, it's like, I know exactly what my strategy is. You know, I'm getting out in the world. Like I have, you know, maybe you're sort of beating competitors in some sense. But there's just this, yeah, like beautiful energy. You're definitely in your power. You're definitely creating a lot of freedom for yourself, a lot of opportunities for yourself, and a lot of like reach in some way is kind of what I'm getting from this particular card. So finally, we have to finish up with an affirmation card. We've got, I love this. This is so exactly what I was talking about with this Emperor card. I am ready to go big, rise up, and step into my power. So yeah, exactly. Like this is you. You're stepping into your power, whatever it is that you're wanting to create. I feel like you're on that path. The little buds are there. You may not be able to see them yet, you know, but I feel like they're on the way. Like things are on the way to you, you know, being in this strong energy, this like knowing energy is really powerful. This like goddess energy of being really magnetic, like knowing your worth, knowing that you are powerful, that you are creating your reality, that you can manifest what you want to you. And yeah, this new beginning is going to come to you. It's absolutely destined for you, I feel like. So woo, super exciting. I love this energy for you, pile number one. You'll have to comment below and let me know if this resonated and what it is that you're doing, if you feel comfortable sharing. I'm very excited for you. I would love to hear about what it is that you are putting out in the world or what you're growing. Otherwise, thank you so much for letting me read for you today. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed it. It just helps tell me what content is resonating for you at the moment. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and the notification bell so you'll be notified when I next upload a reading. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today, and I will see you in the next reading. All my love. Bye. Hi there, pile number two. If you chose the balance card with I tip the scales of balance in my favor, this will be your reading on what rituals of abundance can you invite in. So I feel like at the moment, pile number two, I'm getting a vibe of like, it's a little bit similar to pile one, because I spoke about balance in pile one with inviting a more feminine energy. I feel like with the sun and the moon here, this is indicated in your pile as well. Sun being sort of masculine energy or yang energy, that kind of doing energy, that action taking energy, that, you know, like following through with plans and so forth. And the yin energy with the, as symbolized by the moon, which is that feminine energy of being in a receptive state and ensuring you're getting enough rest and making sure you're balancing your energy so that you're not like overworking or underworking or taxing your energy out in whichever way, that you're kind of keeping that really good balance between yin and yang energy, between masculine and feminine energy, or just a general balance, like sort of work-life balance, that you're making sure you're, eating a balanced diet, that you're doing exercise, that you're having enough time to like do self-care and like get out into nature or do things with your family or friends, or for your enjoyment. It's really important for your energy to like feel a sense of balance, so that you're maybe not just putting all your energy in one basket of trying to say manifest one particular thing, because I feel like there's something to do with like tipping the scales of balance. So maybe there's been an imbalance with your energy where you've been sort of placing perhaps too much importance on something that you're trying to manifest, whether it's like money or an opportunity or something like that. It's like you've put all the energy into that basket, right? And you've been, which is understandable when you really want something, right? Like we tend to just think about it nonstop and like try to manifest it and do everything we can to try and make it happen. And like a certain amount of that energy is good, but if it's like all your energy is going towards this one thing and kind of striving for this one thing or trying to manifest this one thing, it can tip it's like it tips the energy the wrong way. Like it actually can sometimes go out of favor for you, because it's like the energy goes out of balance somehow. And so there's an importance to kind of like, or what's being highlighted here for you is doing rituals or doing things in your life that invite in a sense of balance, so that you're not being hyper fixated or focused on this one, trying to manifest this one thing too much. And when you're able to balance out your life a little bit more and focus energy into some other things, some other avenues, that's when this thing, it's like, that's when you'll tip the scales in your favor and this thing will just come in. That's what I feel for you. So let's have a look at your other cards and see what else is highlighted here for you. So we have got 2 of Cups. Woo. So maybe some of you are trying to manifest love or a partnership or something like that at the moment. Otherwise, it could be, it could be a collaboration, or this could also be saying like, this is a co-creation. Yeah, this is what I'm getting through quite strongly. Whatever it is you're trying to manifest, whether it's love, an opportunity, work, money, something like that, success in some way, this is a co-creation with spirit. Like, there's a certain amount of energy you can put into something, but then there's a certain amount of energy where like the universe then needs to take over, right? Like there's going to be a little bit of a time lag while like your guides or like the angels or whatever you believe in, the universe, creates the best possible outcome for you. So say you've set an intention or you've been doing all these rituals to try and, sorry, the camera's just not focusing. There we go. You've been doing all these rituals to try and manifest a certain thing, and you're like, where is it? Like I'm doing this and this and this and this and this, and I'm doing a meditation and I've done my scripting and whatever else it is that you're trying to do. Or like say you're trying to manifest a lot of money, you're like, oh, I'm doing everything possible, like I've done all these advertisements and I've put myself out there, like how come I'm not getting anything back? And there's a strong message coming through around balancing your energy and trusting that like there's a certain amount of action that you can take, but there's also a counter action that like the universe needs to take, where you need to come into a state of like receptivity and patience and kind of just awareness that like you've done the action that you need to do, and now you need to trust that the universe is going to do their part as well. Like it's a co-creation. Your reality is a co-creation with the universe. So it's like sort of taking care of your thoughts, taking care of your actions, but then trusting that there's going to be a certain portion that the universe needs to do in order to manifest something amazing for you, in order to then bring about that manifestation in some way for you. So this is really highlighted here, is getting into that balance, trusting that you need to do a certain portion, but also the universe is going to do a certain portion for you as well. And that's going to help tip the scales of balance in your favor, like trusting that the universe is there for you. Because you can see this person, she's walking on a tightrope, right? So it's like kind of a bit hairy. It's like, ooh, am I going to fall? Like, what if I fall? And it's kind of trusting that like the universe has your back, right? Like, even if you do fall, you can get right back up again and keep walking. You know, the universe has got you. Like, this isn't, you're gonna kind of fall on the concrete and crack your skull open kind of thing. Like, it's got you, you know. So it's like finding that sweet spot, finding that balance where, like, you take a little bit of action, but then you're going to trust that the universe is going to come in and meet that action and co-create with you. They're supporting you. Okay. So next we have, Six of Wands. Yes, I feel like success is coming to you, some of you, if that's something you've been trying to manifest as some kind of opportunity. This is definitely on its way to you. You are going to be successful. You're going to be victorious. This is a card that speaks about victory, achievement, success, being recognized for something. So maybe some of you have been putting a certain amount of effort into something, like maybe you've started a channel, for example, or you've done something at work and you're kind of waiting for a promotion and you're like, oh my gosh, like, I'm putting in so much effort, I'm putting in so much work, like, why am I not being recognized, you know? And it's just trusting that, like, you know, there's a certain portion of time where, like, you know, your supporters or your boss or whoever it is you're trying to get that recognition or success or acknowledgement from, it's like the universe is going to bring that about for you. Like, that is going to be manifested for you, or that manifestation is going to come through for you as soon as you're able to find that balance and just trust that, like, there's only a certain amount of things that you can do, and then the universe will come and step in and do the rest to help bring about this success, to help bring about this victory, to help bring about this recognition. I feel like with the color blue here as well, this could be something to do with expressing yourself. So maybe some of you are like singers, or you're actors, or you're writers, or you're, you know, you could be content creators or something like that. Or you're thinking of doing something like that, or you've started doing a little bit of something like that. But yeah, because the blue is linked with the throat chakra, which is all about self-expression. So I feel like you are going to be recognized for something you've been expressing, some kind of piece of expression, some kind of creative expression you've been trying to put out there. This is something that's going to get recognition, and you're going to be very, I see you're going to be very, like, successful in it, in the sense that, you know, this particular Six of Wands shows a statue of someone, so it's like you're going to be potentially very well known. Like, it's kind of almost like you're going to leave a legacy in whatever it is that you're doing. Wow, this is amazing. Pile 2, you're going to have to let me know what it is that you are creating. If you're writing something or whatever it is you've been thinking of doing, like, I definitely feel like there's a huge success that is coming to you. But it's just, yeah, super important to trust that, like, there's only so much you can do. Just keep that balance, keep walking that very delicate line between, like, okay, I don't need to overwork, I don't need to sort of put too much stress or importance on this. I just need to keep putting one foot in front of the other and just keep doing my part and trust that the universe is going to bring that in. They're going to bring that recognition, that success to me. So next we have Ten of Wands. I feel like this wants to stay in reverse. Yes. So I feel like if you have been carrying a lot of burdens, because Ten of Wands speaks of getting to the end of a cycle where you can finally put down all the burdens that you have been carrying. So if you feel like you've been carrying a bit of a financial burden or struggles in some sense, like yeah, you've just been feeling like whatever effort you've been putting in hasn't been recognized, or whatever effort you've been putting in hasn't been rewarded, or you haven't received reciprocal value, because balance can also talk about, like, you know, finding that balance between the value you put out, receiving reciprocal value back, right? It's like, and also Two of Cups often talks about reciprocal, like a reciprocal relationship, you know, having mutual respect, having a reciprocal give and take of love and affection and care. So maybe some of you have been feeling with that Ten of Wands there, like, you know, any sort of investment you've been putting into something, whether it's some kind of career thing you're doing, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship even, you've just not been maybe getting enough back, and you've been left feeling very drained and depleted and possibly a bit burned out as well. Because Ten of Wands to me sometimes speaks of, like, burnout, you know, like you've been putting so much energy into something. And I did speak about that with the balance as well, making sure that you're not putting too much energy and importance onto something that it's like totally getting to the point where it's burdening you and burning you out. But I feel like with that in reverse, that cycle is coming to an end. That the more you can bring your energy into balance, the more you can create a better, perhaps work-life balance, or a better balance of like masculine and feminine energies, the less burdened you're going to feel, essentially. The less burnt out you're going to feel, the less resentful you're maybe going to feel, if you have been feeling a bit like the value I'm putting in here is not being reciprocated. The more you balance your energy, the more successful you will feel. And the more successful you feel, the more likely you'll start to get recognition and that acknowledgement. So next we have Six of Pentacles, which I feel like also wants to be in reverse, actually. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of talking about a similar thing. It's interesting, we've got the scales here as well. So yet another message about balance. So many messages to do with balance. We've got the Two of Cups, and then the scales on this particular Six of Pentacles card. And the Six of Pentacles can be to do with like potentially someone or something coming in to, give, be in a state of sort of generosity and be able to give more, they're sort of in a position where they can give so much. I feel like this is the universe that's trying to give to you, but with it being in reverse, it's like you're this little mouse and you're not really necessarily in a position where you've been able to receive that, or acknowledge the part that the universe is taking. I feel like this comes back to the earlier message around knowing that you're co-creating with the universe, and that there's a certain amount that you can do where you can put certain energy and effort into something, but then it's trusting that the universe is going to do its part as well to bring something about for you. And sometimes it's not always the specific thing that we've maybe been trying to manifest. Sometimes it's something even better. And I feel like that's what this Six of Pentacles coming out in reverse is trying to say, is that like the universe is trying to bring something to you. There are beautiful things coming to you. There isn't like an abundance, or like the universe is trying to be generous to you. It's trying to give to you. But if the scales have been tipped to the point where like you've been trying to do it all yourself, and you've been trying to control the outcome, and you've been running around and being like, well, I've got to make this happen, and I've got to like, I've got to run around and do everything, like, no one's got my back, and like if I don't do it, no one else will, kind of thing. That's the sort of vibe I'm getting. And maybe some of you have gotten quite burnt out from operating that way. And so there's this message again around like ensuring that you're balancing your doing energy, that yang energy, or that energy of putting importance into something, with that yin energy, that receptive energy, that flow energy, that energy of trust that the universe is bringing it to you, that you can magnetize it in, that it's all about how you feel from within. So if you feel deserving and worthy of these, this accolades, the success, the admiration, the recognition, the promotion, whatever it is you're trying to manifest, you can definitely call that in. But it's all about sort of balancing your energy out and how you feel within. Certainly it's not saying like, just sort of give up on your manifestation, or not care about it, or just go and sit on the couch and not even worry about anything, like not take any action at all. No, like it's a balance. It's like taking inspired action when you feel inspired to take the action and when you have the energy to take the action, but also ensuring that you have a life outside of that thing you're trying to manifest, that you're, like I said, seeing friends and having a balanced work-life balance, self-care, all that kind of stuff, because that will put you in the right energy to flip the Six of Pentacles from being in reverse to upright, so that you're in a state where you can receive what the universe is trying to bring to you, because I feel like it is definitely trying to be generous to you. Also with the color yellow here, this is linked with the solar plexus, which is all about like that inner sun, that inner light. So some of you may certainly be trying to like shine your light in some way, receive some sort of acknowledgement, recognition, success from efforts that you're putting out. And I feel like the universe is definitely going to bring that to you. That is assured, that is coming in, because all the yellow flowers are on the back of the bird, and birds are also symbolic of messengers of spirit. So yeah, it's just being in that state of receptivity, being in that state of trust. I think it is. I feel like for you, it's being in a state of trust. Just keep taking one foot in front of the other, keep doing what you're doing, keep taking inspired action, but trust that this success and this recognition for whatever it is that you're trying to put out in the world, it is going to come to you. And lastly, we have, oh my goodness, exactly, the Wheel of Fortune. Yes. Yeah, I mean, this is the perfect card to end this. I absolutely love this. Like, there's going to be a turn in your fortunes. Like, the wheel is going to turn and things are going to come around for you. Like, you know, once you can balance your energy out, or once you can strike that fine balance between sort of taking inspired action and then getting into a position to receive from the universe, this abundance, this success, this whatever it is just gonna, like, poof, the wheel's gonna turn and these things are gonna come to you. It's just like, you know, Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana card, so this is big life stuff. So you might be in quite a big cycle of your life where you're really trying to put something quite big out there in the world in some way, or you're you're going to get quite a big opportunity at work or something, or in your career in some regard. Again, we've got the color blue, and as I spoke of with the Six of Wands, blue is related to the throat chakra and self-expression. So this could certainly be a turn in your fortune in terms of like some form of creative self-expression, some form of something you're trying to put out in the world. And again, we've got the that sense of like balance with the two creatures again. Like we had the two cats here with the Two of Cups, and then we've got two birds here. So for those of you that might be trying to manifest love, I feel like that could be indicated here with these two kind of lovebirds, if you like. That could be something that's going to come about once you can find that balance. But again, I feel like this is sort of like, you know, you and the universe, like budding up, like you're co-creating a beautiful reality for yourself, but it's just, you know, just striking that fine point between being in a state of taking action and then being in a receptive state to then receive the value for that action. So to finish off, we've got an affirmation card, and we have I am in sync with the flow of life. Wow. Yes, this is perfect affirmation. And also in this card, we've got these hands coming down, like the hands of the universe are coming down, and all these stars. So I feel like all these things that are destined for you are going to come to you. All this beautiful like success or abundance or accolades or whatever it is you're trying to manifest, the universe is trying to bring them to you. But it's so important to be in a flow energy, to be in a receptive energy, to be in sync with the flow of things, to be in sync with the flow of abundance. So yeah, really doing things to help like balance your energy are really important. So getting into a state where you can connect with that yin energy, balancing out your masculine and feminine energy is definitely highlighted here. So whatever it is you need to do, I feel like self-care is a big one. Whatever you need to do for self-care, whatever you need to do to connect with that yin energy, even if it's like specifically like yin yoga or something, or even just things like taking baths, because with flow, this is a lot to do with like tapping into that water energy. So, you know, going for a walk near a body of water, if you're able to get out into a body of water, or having a bath or something like that. Just doing things to like take that little bit of pressure off, to kind of like not tip into sort of overdoing or like taking sort of too much action or getting too burnt out. It's just really important to kind of get back into flow, to get back into that like balance of yin and yang energies. And I feel like that will be the perfect sweet spot to tip the scales of balance in your favor, get back into the flow so that this wheel of fortune can turn and all the abundance and success and whatever it is you're trying to manifest can come to you. Okay, my lovely pile twos, I feel like that's all the messages I have for you today. I hope that resonated for you. Please leave a comment below if it did. I really love to hear from you if the reading resonated. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the reading. It helps tell me which content you're enjoying at the moment. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're not already, and the notification bell so you'll be notified when I next upload a reading. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. All the best with your journey towards abundance, and I will see you in the next reading. Oh, my love. Bye. Hi there, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading on rituals to invite in abundance. If you chose the gratitude card with I pause for a moment of gratitude for the many blessings in my life, this will be your reading. So straight off the bat, pile number 3, I feel like the best ritual that you can do to invite abundance into your life is to really focus on being in a state of gratitude as much as possible. Even if you feel like you don't have many blessings in your life, or even if you feel like there's a very large thing you're trying to manifest or something, maybe you're struggling with a bit of a scarcity mindset or something like that, because I feel like with this person it looks like she's in like almost like a desert landscape. So maybe some of you feel a bit like, well, what blessings? I don't have any blessings. Like there's nothing to be grateful for because I don't have any abundance, or like I'm really struggling right now, or there's just like a dearth of opportunities, or you know, there's no money or something like that. If you kind of feel like that, and I totally understand that feeling, I've been there many times in my life before as well, and I really do get it. And it can be frustrating when you sometimes listen to manifestation people and they say certain things and you're just like, yeah, but like what abundance? Like how am I supposed to feel abundance? How am I supposed to tap into that energy if I don't have it or I haven't had it? And I will tell you what though, I have done certain rituals around it's like a morning cycle where if you wake up in the morning and you are grateful for something, even if you don't have it yet, you will be amazed how fast things can change. And I just saw 555 on the clock, and fives are all about change and shifts. And I feel like identifying things that you want to see in your life and being grateful for them in advance will help magnetize them to you. So literally, like even like doing like a morning prayer cycle where you're just like, thank you so much, Goddess, or thank you so much, universe, thank you so much for this, whatever it is you're trying to manifest, for X amount of money or a certain opportunity or a love relationship, or you know, a job that you love, business that you love, whatever it might be. If you do that every day for 30 days, I kid you not, you will be amazed at what comes in. Seriously, gratitude and being in that state of gratitude, it is so powerful and so magnetic, and you will just, yeah, you will be amazed at how much you can manifest if you treat this as like a little ritual and you do this every day. And if you can do it throughout the day as well, that's even better. If you can, you know, catch yourself being in a state of being grateful for things, even if you're like really struggling to tap into that gratitude energy, even being grateful for really small things can help you be in that energy of gratitude. So like, you know, I'm grateful for running water, which I hope that you have wherever you are listening to this. I hope you have running water or access to water. You know, I'm grateful for my drinking water. I'm grateful I have a roof over my head. I'm grateful I have clothes to wear, even if they're not designer clothes or they're not quite the clothes you want. You know, it's just that energy of like being really grateful for the small things as much as you can. Doing that doesn't necessarily say to the universe like, oh, she's really grateful for like this basic stuff, let's just keep giving her basic stuff. She's fine like that, or he's fine like that, you know, like we'll leave them alone. We won't give them any of the things they want. You know, it doesn't work like that at all. Like the more grateful you are, even for the small things, the more you'll start to see that energy amplify, and the universe starts giving you more and more things to be grateful for. So let's have a look at your cards and see what else we've got coming in for you. So first up, we've got Knight of Coins. Woo, yeah, I feel like maybe some of you are trying to possibly manifest, money with that coins. It's interesting, this particular deck specifically uses coins instead of pentacles. So I think you're trying to manifest your coin, you're trying to manifest money maybe. And there could be, with this Knight of Coins, it could be that there is an opportunity that's going to come in, or an offer that's going to come in. So maybe some of you are trying to manifest a job offer or a promotion, or investment in something, or funding for something. And I feel like there's a possibility that, like, the more you are grateful for this in advance, literally just being like, I'm waking up every day and doing a ritual, light a candle and do a ritual of, I'm so grateful I have this promotion, or I'm so grateful I have this job offer, or I'm so grateful I have this funding for my business, or whatever it might be. I feel like some knight in shining armor, or some messenger from the universe is going to come in and give you an offer. There's going to be some movement. Now, maybe it may be that this movement is slow, but I feel like because it's pentacles, this is actually something that's going to show up in the 3D for you. The more you're able to be grateful for it in advance, like forward gratitude for this thing, even if it seems delusional and even if it seems crazy, the more you can be grateful for it in advance, the quicker this is going to come in. But when it does, it's very stable. Like, it's something that, you know, it's a proper opportunity. It's a stable opportunity. It's an official, formal opportunity. It's something that is assured. So that's very exciting. What else have we got for you? Five of Swords. Wow, this is a really interesting Five of Swords, because normally Five of Swords it can be about, like, conflict. It can be about conflict with other people, or competition with other people, or a sense of inner conflict, or a sense of, like, almost like inner conflict around maybe like your values or something, like trying to figure something out because something's conflicting, you know, one aspect of you or one aspect of your psyche is conflicting with like another part or something like that. But in this Five of Swords, we've got four swords that are pointing down, one sword that's being held up and it's kind of got this like wreath around it, and then we've got a star in the background. So I see you rising above the competition. So if you have been worrying about competition for some reason, or conflict from other people, or things that are going to get in the way, I feel like you don't need to worry about that. This card is kind of, this particular Five of Swords in this particular deck, and I was specifically guided to use this Crystal Magic deck for your pile. This particular Five of Swords is very different. Like, I see you as like, this is the universe kind of raising you up as like pile number 3. You are the star. You are the one. You are going to rise up above all the others, even if there are 400 other people applying for this job, or 400 people, you know, like 400 people doing what you're doing, or like loads of other people in the same space as you. You are the star. You are the one that rises above all the rest. For some reason, you're going to be like lifted above the others. If you can be grateful for this opportunity or this thing you're trying to manifest, or like your success or something, or some sort of like financial abundance, like you will be selected, is what I'm hearing. So maybe some of you are certainly going for some kind of job or something like that, or maybe some of you are like auditioning for something. It's like you are the star. You're going to be selected above the others, but be careful to be grateful for it before you even have it. Let's see what else we have. So next we've got the Devil. Okay, I feel like with this might be saying something around attachment, because the Devil can be to do with being really attached to something. So I feel like maybe getting into a state of gratitude without really like a gripping, without having such a sorry, trying to get the words out. I've got so much energy coming through. One, like being in a state of gratitude for the thing you're trying to manifest without having such a tight grip on the outcome. There, we got that out in the end. So like, because you can see, actually it's interesting, this person's got her hand and then there's like, it looks like a balloon. Yeah, it's almost like a balloon. To me, I'm kind of getting like she's holding onto a balloon, and I feel like it's like if you hold your manifestation and what you want the outcome to be so tightly, you're going to pop the balloon. So you're going to like pop the manifestation. It's not going to be able to manifest because your grip on it is so tight. Your attachment to how the outcome needs to be is so tight. So I feel like relaxing the attachment to a certain outcome, or how this Knight of Coins is going to come about, like how this promotion or this money or the success or this opportunity is going to come about. Maybe some of you have been praying for a particular opportunity or a particular, say, like a part, like maybe some of you are auditioning for a part in something, or a particular investor to invest in you or something like that, like a particular outcome, and you've been holding on to that really, really tightly. And I feel like the universe is saying, let go of your attachment to that outcome and just trust that you're going to be seen as this star, and that this offer, this, whether it's an investment, it's money, it's success, whatever it might be, is going to come in a way that you can't even imagine. Because when you do this gratitude ritual, if you can do it from a place of essentially thanking the universe for this thing that you want, and then saying, or something better, that is leaving you in a much better state to be open to any kind of opportunity that the universe might want to bring you in all its infinite, because like sometimes we can get very boxed in seeing a certain thing that we think we want, and we're like, okay, I've got to get this, and you can keep going after it and trying to make it happen, and trying to beat the competition to go after a particular thing. And the universe is like, but there's like this huge other thing that it's trying to give you. And because you can only see one thing, and you're only asking and fixated and attached to one thing, it's like you're kind of blocking this other bigger and more amazing thing to come in. So by being in a state of gratitude and then surrender as well, by saying like, I'm so grateful for I'm so grateful for this opportunity, if it's something particular, and then saying, or something better, just allows the universe to bring you an even more incredible opportunity that you may never have even thought of. I can't think of any, like, there's probably some great examples from, like, I don't know, actors or whatever who have tried to go for one part, and they thought that they would be able to get one part, and maybe they were going for, like, the sidekick or something, and then actually they were so attached to that part, but then some other agent or some other person saw them, and then they were like, no, we want to give you the main part in this other movie. And it's like a so much bigger opportunity, but like, the person has been really attached to, like, oh, but I've just got to get this role, or I've just got to get this job, or I've just got to get this one thing. But actually there's this huge other thing that's waiting. So yeah, I can't think of anyone specific, but I feel like I've read stories about that. But that's the kind of vibe of like what might be waiting for you. So it's really important to be like grateful and open to what potential things might come in. So next we've got the Emperor. Woo! Yeah, I feel like this is giving me like Leo energy. So with the lion there. So really like kind of getting your voice out there in some way, because these lines are like roaring. So yeah, I think like waking up your inner voice and like putting yourself out there, because that Leo energy is about like loving to be kind of out there, like it's comfortable being the center of attention and like shining its light. It's connected with that solar energy, the sun energy. Also waking up that kind of like inner sovereignty as well, like knowing that you are like the boss of your life kind of thing, like you can steer your life in whichever way you want. Yeah, I feel like as well with the blue lion, it's like blue is linked with the throat chakra, which is all about self-expression. So yeah, really expressing yourself. I feel like there's going to be this shift where you're going to start like, yeah, kind of showing yourself more, like showing off, but like in a really good way, like putting yourself out there more, like showing your true self more. you know, sharing your ideas, sharing your work, like sort of just, yeah, like sharing your voice more. I feel like putting yourself out there more is going to help bring more opportunities about. It's going to help bring more, potentially more financial opportunities about as well. So if you've been thinking of doing something where you put your work out there in some way, or share your voice in some way, or speak your truth in some way, I feel like that's really highlighted here. Maybe even like with the emperor, like maybe even creating, you know, it's like being the boss in some way, like creating your own empire. So maybe for some of you have been thinking about starting your own business, that could be highlighted here with that, like being, you know, the boss. Maybe some of you are going to get a position of leadership as well, because lapis lazuli can sometimes speak about, you know, being a leader, being you know, having that sense of sovereignty, you know, that sense of being like a, yeah, being like a boss, being a manager, being a leader, being able to lead a team, or being able to lead a project, or being able to lead a business. So I feel like that's energy that you have available to you to tap into. And finally, we have, oh my goodness, wow, you could not ask for a better card in an abundance reading. Queen of Coins. So yeah, Queen of Pentacles energy. And we've got this, I love this queen, the Queen of Coins or Queen of Pentacles in this deck, because it's just so beautiful. It's like she's hugging this sun, and like just she's totally golden and just totally shining her light. It's such beautiful energy, such radiant energy is what I'm getting. And I feel like this is linked with that, what I was saying about the lion, you know, the blue lion expressing its truth, you know, sharing its voice, putting itself out there. And then we've got this Queen of Coins shining her inner light, shining her sun out there in some way, you know, putting herself out there, and then receiving money. It's funny how the coin is like a halo around her head. So it's like, it's kind of like an aura of abundance, an aura, a radiance of abundance. So yeah, that energy is available to you. That energy can come to you the more that you can be in a state of gratitude for what you already have, and count the blessings you already have, and be in a state of like forward gratitude for these things that you want to manifest in. And to finish up, we've got an affirmation card, and we have, oh my goodness, the more I honor my inner light, the more I brighten the world. I choose to shine. Oh my goodness, you could not ask for a better card to go with this Queen of Coins. And look at the sun, the two suns. Yeah, so maybe for some of you, solar plexus chakra healing might be something to, another ritual to do, like listening to some kind of solar plexus chakra music or meditation or something. Yellow crystals as well. I've got some citrine here that can help as well, or any other yellow crystals, or lapis lazuli, in fact, as well. But yeah, shining your light, speaking your truth, putting your authentic self out there, choosing to shine, that will help you step into a state of abundance and be able to receive the the money, if that's what you want, the success, if that's what you want, the opportunities. Yeah, you're a star, pile number 3. You have a lot to share. You have a lot of light to shine, and if you can be grateful for the opportunities in advance, you will start to see them show up in your life. So wow, beautiful energy, pile number 3. I would love to hear if this resonated for you and what you are doing. If you feel comfortable sharing in the comment box below, hit the like button if you enjoyed the reading. It helps tell me which content is resonating for you at the moment. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're not already, and the notification bell so you'll be notified when I next upload a reading. Thank you for letting me read for you, and I will see you in the next reading. All my love. Bye. Hi there, pile number 4. If you chose card number 13, Full Moon, with I welcome clarity and guidance from the full moon, this will be your reading all about what rituals you can do to invite in abundance. So straight off the mark, pile number 4, I feel like for you guys, doing something related to the full moon could be very helpful to manifest some kind of abundance, whatever abundance it is that you are trying to call in at this time, whether it's money, whether it's some kind of material thing, whether it's an opportunity, success, love, anything at all that you are trying to manifest. Doing something on the full moon could be very, very powerful. So typically full moons are related to the energy of release. So for some of you, if this resonates, it may be that you need to do a little bit of releasing of any kind of resistance to whatever you're trying to manifest. So using that full moon energy where it, can shine light on something, it can bring things to the surface to help you kind of purge and release them so that you can then integrate any learning you need from that, and then start a new cycle again from the new moon where you set your intentions for what you want to manifest. For others of you, the full moon can be a really powerful time to actually tap into a sense of abundance, actually, because if you think of the full moon, the moon is at its fullest point, or at least in terms of what we can see on Earth. So it's that sense of amplification of energy. So if we're wanting to manifest something particular, maybe for some of you, you're wanting more clarity. You're wanting to get an abundance of clarity. You're wanting to get an abundance of guidance or support in some way. A better connection with your higher self or something like that. That's something that you can certainly manifest on the full moon. You can use the full moon. You can do rituals on the full moon. So for example, you can write intentions on the full moon. You could do a meditation. This person's kind of dancing out under the light of the full moon. So if you're able to go somewhere in your garden or something like that, and, just tap in, put some nice music on or something like that, and tap into that feminine energy, tap into that receptive energy so you can connect with the moon and draw down guidance from your higher self. That's something you could do. Doing a candle ritual maybe might be useful on the full moon, writing down what you're wanting to release and then what you're wanting to call in, what you're wanting to see an amplification of. You can certainly do that at the full moon. And it's just extra powerful. It's extra potent. The full moon is a very potent time. It controls, if you think the moon controls the tides, it controls women's cycles. It really does move a lot. It does have a strong impact on the earth, whatever you may think, it just scientifically just does, so it's a really, really potent time. You can use that energy, you can harness that energy to get clearer on what you want. The other thing I see as well for some of you is doing vision boarding. Could be a very powerful thing on the full moon. Doing especially intuitive vision boarding, where you really connect with your intuition, you connect with your higher self, and pull the images out intuitively and create a beautiful board. Whatever it is that you feel drawn to doing, trust that the moon will draw you into something and guide you as to what the next best step for you might be. So let's have a look at the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot to see what other messages we've got for you, pile 4. So straight up we have 4 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, you might be struggling with receiving, whether it's receiving clarity, guidance, receiving an opportunity, because I feel like you've been looking at sort of these other 3 cups. This person's kind of looking out at these 3 cups, and it's these 3 cups are things that he's already drunk or he's already done. These are things in the past, and it's I've kind of done all of that. I've kind of celebrated this and this and this, or I've manifested these things before. I've done this for work and blah, blah, blah. And I'm kind of bored now. That's the energy of the 4 of Cups. It's he's kind of sat down and he just looks a bit nonplussed about life, But the universe is trying to give him another opportunity. And this opportunity is literally right in front of his nose. He's holding on to it and he doesn't really see it. The 4th cup, that offer, that ability to find that emotional fulfillment is literally right under his nose in this particular case. So I feel the reason you're being asked to connect with your higher self, or connect with that sense of guidance, is that the universe is trying to give you guidance on your next step, or on an offer, or on some sort of abundance that it's trying to give you, and you're not, maybe it's like you're not connected enough to be able to see what that is, or you're not listening to that, maybe, or you're just not seeing it. Maybe you just haven't had the time and space, which is why maybe doing like a full moon ritual could be a really useful time to like be like, okay, I've been super busy, but like come the full moon, I'm going to sit down and do like an hour or something, do a special ritual, even if it's like, I don't know, if you have to do it after your kids have gone to bed or something, you know, if you have kids, or after your partner's gone to bed, or whatever it might be, like carve out that time to like sit down under the full moon, maybe do a little bit of a meditation, and really connect with your higher self and see what guidance it's trying to point you towards. Because I feel like there's some sort of opportunity or something that's right in front of your nose that the universe is trying to give you, but you're maybe not able to see it or receive it fully yet. Let's see what else we have. We've got, wow, two fours, Four of Cups, and then Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this is an interesting Four of Pentacles, because in some other decks, the Four of Pentacles can show a sense of like kind of holding on to something. Like it can be about conserving, you know, things that you have. So Pentacles being like wealth, material things in the physical realm, can speak of money, you know, finances. So it can sometimes speak of like holding on to things you have, like not, like maybe needing to be a little bit frugal, maybe needing to save some money, not go out and spend so much, or not be so indulgent or something like that. But with this Four of Pentacles, I don't really get that vibe. I kind of feel like, if anything, it's almost like the universe is trying to give you different opportunities to earn money. I almost feel like this could be speaking of if you've been looking for like passive income or something, like ways where you can just like magnetize income coming in from different streams, or like, you know, different kind of side hustles or something like that. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting, like that there's different streams, different avenues, different ways that you can build up some finances, that you can build up some money, if that's something that you're wanting to do, if you are wanting to create a more stable financial future for yourself. It's like you have the opportunity to do that. With all these flowers here, it's like there's this abundant garden right at your feet. I feel like it's like you've got access to like a garden's worth of stuff that you can use to make money. Maybe some of you could be literally be actual gardeners, or you have the skills to be a gardener, or like to grow something and like make money from it. But yeah, and I feel like this is something you're sitting on. It's like you've got this wealth at your feet, and like within you kind of thing. It's like wisdom or knowledge that you already have. And I just saw 11:11 on the clock, so that's alignment. That's saying that is aligned. Like you already have this wisdom within you that you could potentially monetize, I feel like, or grow in some way. But you're maybe just not aware, or you just haven't had the time, or you haven't had the energy, or you've been plugging your energy into these other things. You know, these other cups is like, oh, I've done that, and I've done that, I've done this job, I've done this career, I've done, you know, XYZ, and like nothing's worked. Like, why am I not feeling fulfilled, or why am I not making money, or why is this such a struggle or something? And it's like you're taking a little moment. You know, Four of Cups is like taking a pause, taking a break, taking some time out to just sit after trying a bunch of stuff, or, you know, kind of maybe after too much indulgence and other things. Maybe some of you are also like being called to like rein in the spending potentially. That can also be another meaning of the Four of Pentacles, that like, you know, built, like it's time now to like not kind of spread your energy or spread your finances in lots of different places, and kind of like conserve that money and kind of build up some wealth, conserve your energy, conserve your money, conserve your resources, things like that. So let's see what else we've got. Temperance, interesting. Yes, temperance. It's funny, I just brought that up about like not spending and kind of reining things back, because temperance can definitely be about that, right? Like if you think of like the temperance movement, or, you know, it can be about like not maybe not indulging in things too much, like not indulging in potentially alcohol or something. So maybe some of you have been looking at like your spending and like going, oh my gosh, I really need to stop going out so much. Like I'm spending so much money on going out socializing, going out drinking, and like, wow, like I really need to save some money now. So that could be also something that's being highlighted for some of you. Just balancing things out a little bit, balancing out your spending and your saving as well could be another meaning of this temperance. Maybe healing as well. Temperance can speak of healing your relation to money. So maybe doing some rituals around healing your relationship to money. Potentially also doing something under the full moon, like releasing a scarcity mindset, or releasing any resistance to receiving money. Could be some kind of healing that might be highlighted here for you. Let's have a look what else we have. Spirit of Wands. Wow, this is so interesting. We've got like with it, this is in this particular deck, the Intuitive Night Goddess deck, Spirit is the king. So this is the King of Wands energy. So we've got this beautiful garden, again, these beautiful roses, these beautiful flowers that are just blossoming out. So I feel like there's something that is longing to kind of blossom from you, from within you. It's like wisdom or energy or knowledge or skills or something that wants to grow, something that wants to be like watered and fed and nurtured, and then it's really going to grow. And I feel like this could be related to something creative, because wands can be a lot to do with creativity. We've got this like fire energy here, which is like linked with the sacral chakra, which is all about passion and creativity and like, stoking that like creative fire, stoking that passion for things. So maybe this is like for some of you where you've been feeling a bit bored about other jobs or other things that other career paths that you've taken, and you're just like, oh, I just don't really know what to do. I don't really know what steps I should take. I don't really know what the best way is for me to make money or something, hence why you've put the card, I welcome clarity and guidance from the full moon. It's like your guides want to give you this guidance so that you can create the wealth that you are deserving of, or create the abundance that you are deserving of. And I feel like that's going to come from something creative for many of you, or you're going to create something. You're going to be able to create that abundance from some sort of skill or some sort of talent or something that's within you, something that just needs to be like stoked a little bit, like this fire. It's like you just need to relight that passion, like restoke that fire. And then something will really blossom and grow from that. I feel like as well, you've got the lion in the background, and lion is like Leo energy. So it's that kind of having that self-confidence, that sense of like self-assurance, ability to like, be center stage, to like take up space, to be like, hey, I'm here. It's interesting in this card, she's got like a veil that it looks like she's just gone woomph and like pulled it off her face kind of thing, like, hello, I'm here. Or he, however you identify. I feel like, some of you are like gonna kind of like, once you've got this clarity on what this thing is, this passion, you are gonna really like come out of the closet kind of thing, like just really come out from perhaps hiding yourself, or like taking this time out to like rest and sort of figure some things out. And then, boom, you're shining your light, you're getting out in the world, you're putting your work out there in some way. Beautiful energy. And finally we have, revolution. This is exciting. Love to see this. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be like quite a revolution in your life. Like this is sort of like tower moment stuff with the lightning in the background, and we've got this like, I don't know if you can see very well, but there's like these old buildings kind of on this flag, and she's like, it looks like they're kind of burning. So I feel like maybe some of you are going to have a bit of a tower moment where like things that you used to do, or jobs you used to have, or a career you used to have, you're just going to be like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. Like yeah, I'm not going in that down that direction anymore. I want to do what I'm passionate about now. I want to yeah, create more balance in my life, because temperance can be to do with, finding that balance between like having a really good work life balance. So maybe some of you are really going to like revolutionize your life and like just feel like go after something that you're really passionate about, is what I'm saying. Like really like do something a bit more rebellious, do something that is like, yeah, it's really maybe different. It's a bit like unusual or just off the beaten track a little bit. It's like very sort of revolutionary, or something that's going to create a bit of a revolution, maybe even in society. It's something that like needs to happen. It's something that is going to evolve people in some way. So wow, that's really incredible energy. You'll have to let me know in the comments below if you feel comfortable sharing what that is. I would love to hear what it is that you're that you're feeling called to do. I feel like this is kind of like a calling. It's like you're being called to take up the baton and like go forward with this thing that you're passionate about, this creative project or this thing that just lights a fire in your belly. Maybe that's part of this clarity and guidance, is like thinking about what is it that makes you angry? Like, what is it that makes you passionate? What is it that makes you fired up? Like, what do you want to like get up in the morning for and like take up a baton to fight for? What do you want to revolutionize in the world? What do you want to see change? And it's kind of like be that change, like start like acting the way that you want something to be, kind of thing. Yeah, and I feel like doing these rituals around the full moon will maybe help bring some clarity around how to step into this. And you'll maybe be at different stages of this. Like some of you might still be at this point where you're like not sure at all. You've tried these other things and you're bored by them or something, and you're just not really sure what you enjoy even, or what your passions are, or what you really want to do. Or you might have the slightest inkling, but you just need more clarity and more guidance. And some of you might have already started this thing, and it's a case of just like carving out that time, carving out that balance, maybe saving some money so that you can really do it more like full blown kind of thing. Or like creating more time in your life, like having more time resources to be able to devote to this project or this passion project or whatever it is. But yeah, it's going to create a big revolution in your life, I feel like. So very exciting. And to finish, we have, wow, it's safe to ask for help. People want to support me. Interesting. Yeah, so maybe for some of you, if you felt like you have to go through this process all alone, or maybe some of you are trying to start some kind of project or start, maybe some of you are starting a charity or a non-profit. You're trying to do some sort of create some kind of change in the world, or, do something really charitable or amazing that, really revolutionizes something. I feel like for some of you, knowing you can get help to do that thing, knowing that there are always resources out there, and ask your guides at the full moon, like, show me what support I can get to do this thing. If there's something that you are clear on what you want to do, maybe it's doing a Kickstarter, right? Like maybe some of you want to create something, like some piece of art, or a film or something like that, or like maybe you're making like an oracle deck or something, whatever it might be. But doing like a Kickstarter campaign, crowdfunding campaign, doing maybe asking like for funding through traditional means like a bank or something like that, or like I don't know, there might be like investment things. I can't really speculate too much because it'll be different for all of you, and your guides are encouraging you to ask them and be receptive and be shown to like where the money can come from, or where the support can come from. Maybe it doesn't have to be money necessarily. Maybe it's just support, like maybe it's like some of you, say for example, you're a novelist or something and you're trying to write a book, and you aren't in an environment where you can really devote to doing that. You're not in the right space, or you have too many distractions around you or something like that. or too many other responsibilities or something. And what your guides might be trying to bring to you, the opportunity that might be trying to come to you, is like a creative writing retreat, right? Or like a chance to like not have to pay rent for a year and like go and like be in like a writer's retreat or something, like a what do they call them, like a kind of sabbatical thing, or like a like where I think it's like writer's retreat or something like that. You know what I mean? Like where it's like everything gets paid for kind of thing. You don't have to worry about working to pay bills. And you can just focus on your art. You can focus on your creativity. You can focus on this work that you want to do, this project you want to do. So it could be some kind of support like that. So it's like asking your guides, like, show me where the support is, or like asking people around you, like maybe some of you have children, and it's like what asking someone to like babysit or something for an hour a week or something like that, so that you can spend a little bit more time doing your art or something. You know what I mean? It's like knowing that like the universe, it's safe to ask for help. It's safe to ask for help. The universe wants to support you, wants to give you this clarity, it wants to give you the guidance, it wants to give you the support, whether it's financial or some other kind of support, resources or something, so that you can focus on this work. Because I feel like whatever it is pretty important, because it's something that's going to revolutionize something, or if it's not going to revolutionize the world, it's certainly going to revolutionize your own world and going to evolve things a lot for you. So and just it's going to allow you to have so much more passion in your life. And I feel like that's something that you maybe possibly for some of you have been lacking a little bit lately. Okay, I feel like that's all the messages that I have for you, my loves. Pile number 4, thank you so much for letting me read for you today. Leave me a comment below if it resonated. I always love to hear from you. Hit the like button as well. It helps tell me which content is resonating for you at the moment. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're not already, and the notification bell so you'll be notified when I next upload a reading. Thank you so much for being here. All the best with your journey to abundance, and I will see you in the next reading. All my love. Bye.